You guys want to do Animal Parade? It's I don't exactly know what the end of like the point of it is, but you just go do an animal with a finish a sentence. So it's like do a monkey with a brain tumor, and then it would go to the next person, and they go do a sheep with a raincoat, do a dog walking his dog. So you're supposed to keep it up at that same pace, and you try not to repeat animals or tasks.
Do you go in alphabetical order?
No,
I don't think so.
There's just it's the idea of is that there's a parade of animals, and you're describing what the animals are doing in the parade.
Nice.
How do you know that the monkey has a brain tumor? You can't see a brain tumor.
Oh, you can see the tumor.
He's holding
It's
up
that
a
big.
sign that says
I have a
"Hi."
brain tumor?
Yeah.
Nah, that monkey looked like Mojo Jojo. Tumors just popped right out the top of his head.
Mojo Jojo, I am terminal. Hello, welcome to the Judgies, another great episode of a podcast. Can't say it's good. I'm Josh,
I'm Erika, or Rick, whatever.
And I'm Christian.
and we are the
Judgies.
Hey, I'm pretty offended that you said that this isn't a good podcast. This is my mom's favorite podcast.
Mm.
So, I mean, maybe we could put that as a little tidbit there.
The back of the book reviews.
Yeah. What are those called? New York Times.
The testimony.
Marcia Kleckner's favorite podcast.
Rated 5 out of 5 stars by my mom. Yes. This is a podcast where we curate Instagram. Curate internet stories. Laugh about them. Judge them. Make people laugh, hopefully. Make people cry, probably. And make people probably stop listening to the podcast after a few minutes. So, yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah, after combing through the analytics, we're seeing that you guys listen to maybe 15 seconds. Maybe this week just make it 30.
Just give us a shot. Make it to 30 seconds in before you decide.
They actually only listen to us for our intro music.
That's not for me. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
fair.
I would listen
It's
to the
good.
intro music and then, skip on to the next one.
Maybe they'll change the intro every week. I have to check back in. So I'm going to read 2 Am I the Asshole stories. The first is the post from a brother talking about his sister. And then he has an update post a couple days later. So the first one is titled,
Oh, are we doing titles?
I Am. I know you guys don't like to, but I like to.
Yeah. Can you try to read good and not sound like shit?
It's extra funny because we're the ones that suck at reading, and Josh was the only good one.
No, I know how to. I read good. I read at a 5th grade level.
That's pretty good.
I've read The Hobbit once in my life. So pretty smart.
By read The Hobbit, you mean you had the closed captions on during the movie?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the
yes.
audiobook, but it was the audiobook.
You had
but I
closed
did
captions on for an audiobook. You're just watching your Kindle play it.
Guys, quit judging me.
So these people are from the UK. Do I dare?
Don't dare.
Do I dare?
You do not dare.
I don't
Right,
think
so am I the asshole for calling my
Oh.
sister to wear...
Please don't.
Am I the asshole for asking my sister to wear a bikini when sunbathing?
Oh, I don't. Oh. Just the title makes my skin crawl. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I've definitely watched a video about this earlier this week.
Ew.
It's been hot recently in the UK.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
Please stop that.
It's been hot recently here in the UK, so my sister, 21, has been spending her days sunbathing in the garden. Nothing wrong with that. Doesn't affect me, 19, doing my workouts, and he's male. Right? Well, yesterday, I came outside to find my sister laying on her front with her bare back on display. Again, Nothing wrong with that. I'm used to it by now. So I went and started my workout. In the middle of said workout, I came back up to the garden to find her now laying on her back, completely topless. She had her sunglasses on, so I figured she might have fallen asleep or something. Turned out she wasn't. She let out a mildly annoyed "what?" I told her it's no big deal, but that she might want to wear a bikini top next time, as she probably doesn't want her brother, or anyone else for that matter, seeing her boobs. She let out an exasperated "whatever, man," then turned over and went back to ignoring me. I figured that this was problem solved, but I couldn't be more wrong, because the next morning, I came outside to find her wearing absolutely nothing.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
literally nothing. Aside from the sunglasses. UV protection is
Hey,
important.
man. That's a power move. Sunglasses? Nothing else?
I walked over to confront her about it. Before I could say anything, she turned and asked, "What now?" I told her I was confused, as I thought she had agreed not to sunbathe nude around me anymore. Her response was that she heard me, but that she doesn't have to listen to me, as it's her body and she can do whatever she wants with it.
Preach.
I mean, I don't want to go on record as being anti that, but she told me I could go ahead and exercise. What's your deal? You've seen me nude anyway. I'd rather not do it with her sprawled out naked, so I figured we could come to a compromise. I asked her when she would be done. She told me she didn't know and that she wasn't going to plan her day around my workout schedule. I told her this was unfair, to which she said, "Take it up with Mom and Dad." So that's what I did. Dad wanted nothing to do with it, but Mom agreed to talk to her. By the time she came back in, my mom had switched sides completely and started giving out to me about making my sister feel self-conscious about her body in her own home. I told her it's nothing personal and that I just want an hour where I can exercise in a nudity-free zone. She told me that I would have to make other arrangements, as it's unreasonable of me to make demands of other people in the garden. This made me wonder, am I the asshole? What do you think?
Oof.
It's pretty wild. The dad is a smart man, just being like, "Nah, this isn't my problem. Take it up with your sister and your mom."
Ask your mom. Leave me the fuck out of it.
I just feel like, why would you want your brother to see you naked?
Absolutely. It's like, yeah, obviously, he's not trying to, like, control her body or her expression.
Sure.
He's just, because the mom here is saying, like, you can't tell her what to do in her household. You're not allowed to make her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
she's making him uncomfortable, and he tried to be like,
Yes.
"Hey, I just need an hour, and then I'll go back inside, and then you'll be good." Like, and during that hour, she could just be laying on her front and tanning her back.
Mm-hmm.
How long do people tan for?
Oh, it depends.
What's a normal time range to tan?
Like an hour, but it depends on like how dark you're trying to get,
Mm-hmm. And in the UK, it's cloudier, so it might not. You might have to do it
So
more.
you burn easier. Haven't you ever heard that?
You don't burn easier. It's just you put on less sunscreen because you think
more
it's
in
cloudy.
an overcast. All right, my mom told me this. Josh, are you saying my mom's a liar?
I mean, she did tell you this is her favorite podcast. Yeah, it's like, at first when I started reading this, it was sort of like Erika, your natural response, where it's like, oh, like she's laying on her stomach with like her bra off, like who, big deal. But then the next day, just to be completely in the buff, just like
and
fully exposed.
She's fully doing that because
said
she's trying to be an asshole,
right?
Like that. I understand what she's like saying. Like she can do whatever she wants. It's her body for sure, but you doing what you want with your body does not get to infringe upon the rights of somebody else.
Right.
If you're making somebody uncomfortable, especially your brother, why do you want your brother to see you naked? That's my whole thing.
Wild part to me,
I don't like that.
I like her response of, "Well, you've always seen me naked, love, so what's the matter anymore?" It's like, yeah, that doesn't mean it's okay. It's still fucking weird.
It's weird. That's still weird.
Yeah. But, like, this is why I brought up how long does it take to tan, because what's this guy's timeline that he literally can't work out at another time? I think I would just be like, yeah, that didn't go well. 2 times, no luck, I'm just gonna work out an hour later.
Well, I think it's sort of left out here, but I think the implication is like now it's getting warmer, so now she's sunbathing. So he had already set out his time, like this is the time that I've been working out outside, and then she started to come into that time. So not that like
Yeah, they're gonna have to post a schedule on the fridge or something. That's the only solution to this.
So she's like literally coming in and like just commanding this time slot that he already had like carved out, which she can go sunbathe and not be interrupting his workout, but by being nude, she's interrupting his workout.
Yeah, it's hard to get good blood flow into your biceps and your pecs when it's all going to your dick. Exactly, Erika.
Gross.
Oh man,
those British people, they're weird. They're into their sisters like that. I'm pretty sure. I've seen it on a documentary on the BBC.
No, he has not.
I have.
No, you watched a video with BBC's.
Oh, about
in the
brothers
UK.
and sisters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
It's all blurring together now. That sounds right.
I love too the line at the end here, where the mom said to them, "I would have to make other arrangements, as it's unreasonable of me to make demands of other people in the garden." It's like, anywhere else you can make demands of people, but not in the garden, Jeffrey. You do not make demands in the garden.
I mean, to be fair, she's kind of making a demand in the garden too.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Even though she's not coming out and saying like, "Oh, you don't like it, then get your own fucking time," but she's just like, she's being rude about it.
No, she's in the right here. Josh was right about the overcast in the UK. She really has a very limited time to get in that UV exposure where it'll be high enough to actually give her a tan. So,
I mean, sure, that does make sense, but at the same time, she's being rude about it.
But maybe he should.
You're only agreeing with her because she's a naked woman?
Oh, I don't know.
Gross.
So I just looked. Maybe I screenshotted him. The update post got deleted. Reddit has these subs generally have a rule about like validation posts. So he was deemed as being not the asshole by Reddit. He
couldn't get a picture of his naked sister, and they're like, "We gotta take it down, dude. Sorry."
Oh, pics or you're gonna get banned.
Pics or it didn't happen.
So he had put up a post back into Am I the Asshole as an update post of his response, and then he also posted a malicious compliance of his response. They both got removed because I guess the rule he was like infringing upon was he's clearly knows he's not the asshole. He's just trying to get upvotes now, which I think it's kind of a dumb rule because like the whole point of Reddit is to get upvotes, and you can't intentionally farm for upvotes because that makes you bad for some reason. I don't know. But I'll see if I save a screenshot. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. But from my memory, the top comment on that first post, 8.6 thousand upvotes. Do your workout naked. Plenty of star jumps and forward bends, lunges, etc. Then see if the rules change. So this dude's 19. He's a 19-year-old. He's a lad. Yeah, proper lad. 19 years old.
That doesn't get. It's so gross. You sound so gross when you say it like that.
He's a proper lad, yeah?
It's bad.
It's bad?
It's bad.
What do you mean? Listen to any episode of Love Island. I'm nailing the guy from season 3.
You're probably nailing it, but man, it's bad. They know it's bad. They wish they didn't talk like that, and they just can't help it.
So he decided to take that comment to heart. So the next morning, he went out completely in the buff, go do his workouts, and he had this whole big like thing written out about like, it was originally weird feeling my dick flop up and down against my thigh, and it's like, all right, guy.
But by the end of it, man, it felt kind of good. I think I'm gonna start working out naked all the time now.
He did say like it did feel freeing after like I started doing it.
Maybe my sister's onto something.
Immediately, the sister and the mom like started yelling at him like, you can't force your sister to see your naked self. Like that's not fair to her. So it was literally the exact response he was hoping to get, which is like, that is contradictory.
Yes.
I'm curious to hear the dad's take on this, but unfortunately he's out in the shed just drinking himself into a stupor like, why are my kids so fucking dumb?
What a weird predicament.
I'm into it.
The story actually ends with them becoming full-fledged nudists. They never wore clothes again.
Yeah, I wish that post hadn't gotten deleted. I don't remember the full resolution.
Quick sidebar. Do you guys know that we have a nudist beach here in our area?
What?
Where?
There's a campground.
Why do you know about this?
Because he tries to cook food and sell food on his campground in the nude, which is against the health code.
Health violation, I'd imagine.
That's so wild.
So we get complaints about him all the time, and
how many people do you think go to this place?
I don't know. It's
wait, who's going to a nudist beach and complaining that someone is naked cooking food?
Well, he has to have a hairnet on his dick and his pubes and stuff. Duh.
So he'll when the health inspectors go to do inspections and shit, he'll be completely nude, and he'll just sit with his legs spread all the way out.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Flopping out.
His man spreading into the 100th degree.
Uh-huh. And so I told the health inspector that does that inspection, and I was just tell him how small his wiener is next time. Just be like, huh, look at that tiny dick.
Next day, it's boarded up. He shuts it down.
Is that why you gotta keep it out all day? Is maybe if it gets enough air, it'll lengthen?
Well,
I mean, gravity. It makes sense.
If he's running a nudist beach, or whatever, I don't know if you should shame him for being naked in a spot. Is it legal to have this nudist beach? I assume he has a permit.
Know. I don't know, but if he's gonna be
you shouldn't be
an
cooking.
Asshole about it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
He's only doing he only does it to make them uncomfortable.
We call that a power move.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you should shame
Have you
him.
ever talked to the guy or
no, the Judgies?
They only send our male.
You don't know
there.
what he sounds like or if he's a 26-year-old male.
Oh no, he's an old man
that lives in. It's me, guys.
No.
Can we plan a trip?
No, absolutely not.
Josh, me and you will plan a trip.
Mm-mm.
I feel like a nudist beach in rural Illinois ain't gonna be what you want it to be.
It's just gonna be you, me, and 6 other dudes hoping that there is a girl there.
I just need to see one nip, man. That's all I need, and then I'll go.
I bet all you're getting is man nips.
Is it a hidden? Is this a hidden treasure?
It is not.
That's
Can
awesome.
I find out about this if I go Google it, or is this a secret?
It's
an
a secret menu on a restaurant.
I want to go to the nudist beach animal style. All right.
What does that mean?
Extra cheese
sauce. I think it's when there's mustard and onions grilled into it.
A couple extra
animal
on
style.
the
Animal style. Nude beach. Normally you're going in and out.
You did it, folks. We've reached perfection. Thanks for tuning in. This will be the last episode ever.
You ever been to In-N-Out?
No.
Oh, animal style is a way to order. It's the secret menu, or it used to be the secret menu. Now it's just on the menu at
Do we
In-N-Out.
even have an In-N-Out?
No, it's a West Coast thing.
Yeah.
And the South a little bit.
Next post. This is on Today I Fucked Up. So it's Today I Fucked Up by not being able to wipe the wife's butthole.
What?
Happened
You got me interested.
2 weeks ago. So a few weeks ago, my 29 male wife, 28 female, got into an accident and broke both her hands. She will have a full recovery, but for 3 months, her hands need to be in these giant casts that make her look like she has clubs at the end of her arms. Obviously, she can't use her fingers for the next few months, so I've been doing every cooking, cleaning, changing her clothes, bathing her, brushing her teeth, and yes, wiping her butt after she goes number 2.
What about number 1? Does she just drip dry?
I thought the same thing. I was like, well, maybe she could wipe it around her club and it's different. I don't know. He doesn't bring up number 1. Before the fuck up, I would go to the kitchen while she uses the bathroom and come back to wipe her when she finishes and calls me over. However, during this one certain time, the fuck up happened. I go to leave the bathroom after pulling her pants down and sitting her onto the toilet, but out of pure absent-minded dumbassery, I must have turned the lock on the door before leaving.
Oh no.
I close the door without thinking much of it and go wait in the kitchen so my wife can have her privacy as she does her business. Soon enough, I hear her say she's done and calls me over. I walk to the bathroom door and it's locked. Panic from both me and her. The door is too far for her to reach, and she wouldn't be able to unlock the door with her club hands anyway. I lost the key to the bathroom door a long time ago, so there's that. I asked my wife if I should run and bust the door down, to which she says no, and I doubt we'd be able to anyways because it's a pretty hefty door. Subtle flex.
We got pretty nice doors in our house.
We've got solid wooden doors. None of that bullshit hollow doors.
Hollow core.
This wouldn't happen if you were just part of a nudist colony with bead doors everywhere.
There you go.
So there we are, separated by a locked bathroom door and shit drying on her butt. Doesn't happen that quick, right?
How fast is shit dry? It can't be that fast.
They got a fan in there.
It's getting crusty.
As I was about to, it's not that big of a deal. She could just get into the shower.
But she can't get her casts wet. And how is she supposed to turn the knobs if she can't use her hands?
I would say.
I mean, eventually. Like, it's obviously not as an immediate response.
I would say just take the loss and just stand up and get poopy butt cheeks.
The way they describe it is if you get poop on the inside of your butt cheeks, your life is over. You're ruined. There's no coming back. It's like, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever like gone to the bathroom and then you realize you don't have toilet paper and you have to get up to go to a different room to get it or something. Like, it fucking happens. You just take a shower or something.
Yeah, you just hold your butt cheeks apart while you walk to the other room, right? Erika, can you have some input on this? Has this happened to you?
This has not, because I don't live alone.
Right.
So.
Well, next time you're on toilet paper, I'll let you experience what it's like to hold your butt cheeks open and walk to the other room.
Yeah, I don't think you'll enjoy my response to that.
The ultimate walk of shame.
Well, just use your pillow. I would not do that.
There's 3 other pillows. I'll just use a different pillow.
Big talk, but I would not do
that. As I was about to give up and call the fire department, I heard the doorknob rattle and click. I turn the knob, and to my surprise, it opens. I ask my wife how she was able to unlock the door, but I see for myself. She's managed to pick up the toilet scrubber between her two... Can't use my hands, gotta use my ass cheeks to turn the knob. I ask my wife how she was able to unlock the door, but I see for myself. She's managed to pick up the toilet scrubber between her 2 giant stumpy casts and must have used the bristles to unlock the door. She says, "Don't touch anything and just clean me up." And that's when I realized the bathroom side of the door, and everything else the scrubber touched has to be covered in a nice layer of nasty, toilety goodness. Let's be honest, how coordinated can you be with 2 casts instead of your fingers? That must have took her many clumsy tries, and as a result, touched every surface of the bathroom with the gross scrubber. And so, after wiping her, cleaning her up, and pulling up her pants, I tell her to go to the kitchen, and I'll clean up the bathroom. Not that big of a deal, right? Like, obviously it's gross, but the way they're describing, like, is it better to not just stand up and get shitty butt cheeks compared to taking a toilet scrubber and rubbing it over literally every surface in the bathroom?
Yeah, I like I said, take the loss, get poopy butt cheeks, learn from your lesson, order a bidet. I don't know why that wasn't the first thing you did.
Oh. They talk about a bidet. So he spends the next 40 minutes thoroughly bleaching, scrubbing, and shining the bathroom, trying not to think that all of it could have been avoided if I didn't lock the door. Now, to avoid the situation happening again, I sit next to my wife while she uses the bathroom. She now shits holding my hand, and while she squeezes, I rub her...
What? How is that the solution here?
Are you okay?
Why? That's one thing to sit in the room with her, but I hold her hand while she takes a shit.
Hold her club.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if she's holding his hand, that means she's just got both her clubs around his hand. She now shits holding my hand, and while she squeezes, I rub her back encouragingly. Probably TMI, but oh well.
Man, that's true fucking love right there. Oh my god, would you do this for me?
Probably not.
Both my hands are broken, I can't wipe my own ass.
Well, here's the thing. I would probably do it for you because you only poop every 3 months, so I'd only have to do it once before the casts are off, so I would do it for you.
That's fair.
The first note, or edit, is, no, a bidet won't help. We got one a couple of years ago out of curiosity, but we both hated the feel of it. We aren't against butt stuff, as we rim each other quite often.
Oh my god.
But water shooting up the feces-covered backside is a no bueno. These people just must have insane shits. They're describing, like, Armafucking-Geddon, like, feces-covered backside?
Yeah, I feel like they're just, like, in the wrong position for a bidet.
Maybe they just didn't install it right, and that's...
It just sprays all the way up my back, and it hits me in the back of the head.
Imagine how bad of a shit you had to have taken to result to not just standing up and unlocking the door. And, like, this now the result has to be you have to sit in there and watch me shit.
Yeah, this is... Also, maybe just don't shut the door.
Yeah.
Do they have roommates? Just shut the door
They
open.
don't mention that.
I just can't believe that you wouldn't do that for me. It'd be
I
bad.
would wipe your ass. I don't want to sit in there and rub your back and tell you good job.
If I asked you to, would you?
Probably not.
Wow. Let's see who loves the other one more. I would
Yeah.
absolutely do that for you.
Hey, man, I'm pretty personal about... I like talking about my shits, but I don't want people there for my shits. It's the same, like, I'm terrified of shitting myself, and that's why it's like, I love hearing other people shit themselves, but it just scares me to death. We're back on it, boys. We thought...
I didn't mean to bring us
we
back
thought-
down this hole.
What was it, episode 5 was going to be the shit episode? No.
4 and 5 are both shit episodes.
Shit-heavy episodes. We didn't get too far away from it. We're back on the topic.
We do have a shit story.
Let's save that for after the break.
Alright.
To, like, I think it's really funny. I think the funniest part of the story to me is they're so worried about their shit-covered asses, and they sound like germaphobes, right? Like, when he's like, I mean, obviously, if you rubbed your toilet brush scrubber over your entire bathroom, you would clean it, but they're just like, the way he's describing it.
Yeah, like there's like actual shit.
She says,
on already.
Come in and don't touch anything. He's like, he's about to touch your ass anyway. Like,
I mean,
you're gonna wash your hands.
Maybe he's just like playing it up to get the upvotes.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, lots of upvotes go to the well-written
ones.
dramatic posts.
Maybe they're just more responsible adults than us, and they clean their toilet weekly. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, I know it's gross, but it's like, ours is dry. We only use it every 6 months.
Yeah, and when you use it, it's in like cleaner. Like,
Yeah,
obviously,
exactly.
again, you don't want it to be touching stuff, but like, it's just so funny to me.
Yeah, like the picture I was painting in my head is just like literal shit just covering everything now. It's like,
well, yeah, when she gets the door unlocked and she says, "Don't touch anything," you're expecting like she's somehow got
shit everywhere.
Yeah, just projectile diarrhea everywhere.
I gotta take a step back to the bidet. I feel like a bidet still has to be more comfortable than having somebody else wipe your butt. I mean, like, how do you control?
But you still
There's
wipe
so many-
with a bidet, don't you? Because isn't your
just
butt
dry.
You just do a
Why
dry.
just pat dry, yeah.
You just do a dry off run.
Okay, but she still can't do that.
Yeah, but I feel like it's easy to dry off versus wiping the shit out of your ass.
Right. If I was gonna have somebody clean up after me, I'd much rather have them be 1 or 2 wipes to dry, as opposed to potentially highlighter.
I was gonna say, what happens when you have one of those poops where it's just you just keep wiping it? It's like, oh, what's happening here? Is there still a turd coming out? What's going on?
There's a leak in the system. All right. Well, that's it for the first half of the episode. Let's hit a quick break with an ad read.
This week from 1015 Chill FM.
It's SIL, CIL,
SIL FM.
the Southern Illinois radio station.
Oh, that's what the CIL is. Southern Illinois.
Well, I don't know what the C is, but it's the radio station's from Southern Illinois.
Probably CARB.
Maybe.
All right. We'll be right back.
Okay, bye.
Okay, and welcome back.
Hi.
Ricky.
Oh, hi. Oh, what are
No.
you doing? Okay.
Ricky, just me and you.
Can I tell you my shit story?
Yes, tell us your
Okay.
shit story. We can circle your shit story.
Okay. So, on Monday, today is Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So on Monday, we had to take all 3 of our pets to the vet. And so we've got a dog and 2 cats. We just got this new cat. His name is George. He's real cute. But Maxine and Willard, we've had for a long time. Like, we take them to the vet at the same time all the time. Like, they're very good in the car. They're very good at the vet's office. It's never a big deal. Willard, our cat, he goes on a harness and, like, a leash. He doesn't get... Basically, I just carry him. He doesn't go in, like, a cat carrier. So we're like, oh, with the new cat, we'll just do what we normally do with Willard. So we got...
Well, the idea is he's a super calm cat. Like, even more calm than Willard. So it's like,
yeah, George
what's
chill.
the worst that could happen?
Yeah. So we get George a harness, and we start loading up the car to go to the vet appointment. And Christian and Willard and Max are all in the car, and I'm carrying George out. And as soon as I get, like, 2 feet away from the car, he just pisses all over me. Just all the way down the side of my leg. It was terrible. Like, all right.
Continues to piss for about
he pissed
3
for like
minutes.
2 straight minutes. It's insane.
The man's got a strong flow.
It was
So
wild.
much.
I'm just watching it in the mirror like, what the fuck is going on?
He didn't want to have an accident in the car. He was getting it all
Sure.
out at first.
Sure, yeah.
He didn't want to be like 20 minutes down the road like, can we pull over?
So I let him finish his business, and I'm like, all right, he's done. That was the longest pee I've ever seen in my life. Throw him in the car, like I put him at like where my feet would be on the passenger side, and go in and change. So I get back out to the car, and George got up on like Christian's lap. Christian was driving. We get a couple blocks away, and it's like, man, it smells like he farted. Did you fart? Nah, I didn't fart. Maybe it's the cat. I mean, George does have stinky farts. Cat farts are very bad.
Carts.
Sure, yeah. So I was like, well, he looks like he's, trying to climb around on you while you're driving. I'm going to move him. So I pick George up, and as I'm picking George up and moving him over to my lap, I see 2 solid turds down by Christian's feet. I'm just like, oh, he definitely shit. And then I look at Christian's lap, and he's got shit across his lap. And then I put George down by my feet, and there's shit on my lap.
Was it solid, or was that point, was it?
It was like...
It was mush.
It was mush. It was bad. It was It was so bad.
Yeah. Because, here's the thing. It's like a solid turd. It smells bad, but not that bad.
You can just pick it up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, when she moved him and, like, dragged him across his shit and just, like, mashed it into my pants.
It was everywhere. And then I went to put him down, like, at my feet, and his butt wiped across my seat. So I've got cat shit all over my car seat.
Everywhere.
You guys, it's a bad time.
What you guys failed to mention, though, is that he did recently break all 4 of his paws, so he had clubs on all of his paws. So he needed you guys to wipe his ass, and you forgot to.
We tried getting him to use a bidet, but he just doesn't like it.
He just doesn't like it. Yeah, so we had to turn around, and we were like 4 or 5 blocks away from our house, and I'm rolling the windows down to like let
This was all within 4 to 5 blocks away?
Yes.
It was just chaos.
It was straight up chaos, and like I was so worried about the cats trying to flee out the window. I was gagging the whole... It smelled so bad. I almost want to gag just reminiscing about the smell. It was terrible.
Yeah, and it's just like... Yeah, like we said, like 5 blocks, and it's like... Well, he already shit. Do we just keep going? And then it's like... Continue to shit more, and like we're like gagging in this car. It's like, we gotta fucking turn around. We gotta.
It was so bad.
It's like, how much more could he shit? And it's like, I bet it was a 20-minute drive to the vet, and it's like, I bet he could shit a whole lot more if he wanted to. I just saw how this dude pisses. All right, I'm sure he could shit for 2 minutes solid too.
It was a bad time.
So after you guys like got him home and like cleaned up everything, was the next car ride like to the vet fine?
No, it fucking stunk.
No, it was terrible.
But I mean, like, was he fine?
Oh, he didn't get to go.
We had to cancel his trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we left. We took George home. We changed our clothes. We got the stuff to clean it up. I cleaned up the best that I could for the time being, but our appointment was at like 3:00, and it's 3 p.m. right now, and we have a 20-minute drive. So I called the vet's office, and I was like, listen, it is a quite literal shit show over here. I'm either going to be 20 minutes late, or I will reschedule. I'll pay for this appointment. Like, I get it. I'll do whatever. And she's like, well, your appointment's not till 3:30. And I was like, oh, thank God. Why did I do this to myself? So, yeah, but the whole car ride, it just smelled so bad. And Willard somehow, like, we put Willard in the backseat with Maxine, and George was just in the front with us. While we were inside changing, Willard jumped up into the front seat and dragged his tail through some of the shit.
Yeah, I forgot he was covered in shit too. It was so.
It was just.
He was covered in shit. His harness and leash was covered in shit, and it was just like, oh my god.
It was a bad fucking time.
That's amazing.
I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. Not at all. And I didn't even know that was a thing that cats do. They just, like, defecate themselves in defense, like, in self-defense.
Yeah.
And I was telling one of my coworkers that morning that I was taking all of the pets to the vet, and she's like, oh, this one cat I used to, like, you know, like, fright, how did she say it? Just, like, instantly shit when he got nervous. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of that. That sucks for you. That's not gonna happen to me. I swear to God, she willed it into existence.
She fucking cursed us.
She jinxed us.
I slashed her tires the next day.
I texted her right after our appointment. I was just like, I fucking hate you. I can't believe you did this to me. This is all your fault.
That's so fucking good.
Oh, it was terrible.
The smell was just awful.
So I'm getting my car detailed tomorrow. And
well, I couldn't smell it when we were in your car yesterday.
Oh god, we like doused it in Lysol and air and Febreze. So now it just smells like clean linen and shit. So
there's like an undertone of shit. It's not.
I couldn't smell it at all.
Slight hint of shit.
Yeah, which is wild because her car for some reason just like holds smells.
Oh yeah,
it's like you go get like food to like carry out, and it's just like
2 straight days.
You
smell
fucked
like that
up.
Food.
You shouldn't have had spaghetti in your car for 15 minutes. And it's like, I don't even know if spaghetti smells like anything, but you fucking get in there 2 days later. It's like, is that fucking spaghetti I smell right now?
Essence of spaghetti.
Yeah, it's like,
yep.
It's like a spaghetti used to be in there and it got murdered. So there's just like a spaghetti ghost chilling in there, and you're like, huh.
Now there's gonna be ghosts of George's cat shit forever. I gotta sell my car now.
So if anyone is on the market for a car, like cat shit,
vintage Judgies Pod official merch, officially formerly used car of a Judgies podcast host.
It's memorabilia at this time. Right?
Autographed in a brown ink on the
Gross.
seats.
Just one little brown paw print.
All right. So I've got a little bit of a trifecta. I've got a little bit of a trifecta on this back end. I think some of the funniest content on the internet that I love to laugh at. One of it is like, I mean, it's kind of all similar, but it's like men not understanding women's anatomy, I think is really funny.
I love that.
Which I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert.
I was like, oh no, we're going to throw me in. I think we talked about this where it's like, I didn't receive like sex education.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lacking of it.
Yeah.
But even like, regardless, along with that, I really love incel stuff. Like people post, I'm totally an incel.
What are you admitting to right now?
I love reading like incels or like that mindset of people like, it's not me, it's the girl's problem. Why? Like I just think it's so funny and cringe.
Incels / piss babies.
Yes, entirely piss babies. I love listening to piss babies. So I've got 3 here. They aren't all exactly like straight up incels, but it's all like that same thinking, and I think they are so funny. So this is the first one's on r/unpopular opinion. So normally people post stuff on here that are popular opinions, and people just comment like, oh, way to not have an unpopular opinion. Or people post actual unpopular opinions and they get banned because they're racist. So
oh boy.
This one, if you don't know Reddit Awards, Reddit's a free app or service, but it's got ads in the feed. So if you can pay for premium, and it makes it so you don't have ads, and I think there's a few other features, I don't really know. It's not worth paying for it. But if somebody really likes a post, they can they can gild it or give it awards, and it's essentially gifting Reddit premium to the user or the OP. So when something has a shit ton of awards, it's because a lot of people like resonate with that post. Like, yeah, I agree with you. Here's Reddit premium for a month. This post has 30 awards. Wow. It's titled, like, look, that's all the awards it has.
Jesus Christ.
47,000 upvotes. It's called, I like having a small dick.
Oh boy.
Alright, I'm on board.
From u/OG Pissy Chrissy. Weird, okay.
That's... huh.
No underscore,
It's
though.
crazy that I'm pissy underscore Chrissy.
Um,
Definitely not just pissy Chrissy.
For ages, I've heard nonstop jokes in media, on the internet, and from others that make it seem like having a small penis is somehow a death sentence or makes for some unbearable existence. I disagree, as a man with a small penis. I have what I'd take to be a rather small member, probably no more than 4 inches when erect, and when flaccid, I get that epic Greek statue look. The thing is,
Epic.
I've never once worried about my dick size the way society tells me I should. So, I should be reading this with a different... Thing is, I've never once worried about my dick size the way society tells me I should. Some of the strongest primates in the animal kingdom have small dicks, and they're doing just fine. Also, being insecure about something that pretty much no one will see on a daily basis seems pretty silly to me. So this isn't like directly incel behavior, but it's so funny. He's like, just to be like on like a Tinder date, like first time like hook, like you know meeting up and like, yeah. So tell me about your interests.
I like tennis.
Okay.
Sometimes I like to crochet.
Yeah. I just to be forward, I have a small dick.
Oh.
But
okay.
like, look how jacked I am.
Yeah.
Look how big my truck is.
I've got washboard abs, so like when I'm shirtless, it like almost doesn't even matter. I pretty much just look like
a Greek,
Michelangelo's
like a Greek
David.
statue.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
My dick root is insane, but my dick is not.
Dick root bomb. Dick not too bomb.
Dick root's there, but it ain't getting watered. The plant ain't growing. To go like, I think that's a pretty common argument too. Is like, gorilla's penis size in relation to the rest of their body is actually like really small, and it's like humans have evolved differently than fucking gorillas. You moron. No, I'm not trying to shame people with small dicks, but it's also really funny where he's like, I've got a small dick, 4 inches. It's like there are people with much smaller dicks than 4 inches.
I actually just read a BuzzFeed article about micropenises.
Yeah, micropenises.
Mm-hmm. And it was all like from women or like sexual partners that have had a relationship of some sorts with a micropenis or a macropenis, and
with a person that has a micropenis. Do
Correct.
not label them by their physical features.
Fair, yes, apologies. But it was just interesting because none of them were negative, and the only thing that they had to say negative about somebody with a micropenis was that they were too self-conscious about it. Yeah, that their personalities.
Anything I've ever read about it, and similarly to that, I didn't read a BuzzFeed on it, but I've read a lot about micropenises. But
why is that though, guys?
Just interested in the art. Anything I've read is that where it's like the guys have such a, which is kind of the point of this post, where it's like society does like ridicule the men, but also the dudes are like shitty about it when they have it. Like there's a healthy way to be upfront and say, hey, like, just so you know, like,
this is what I got going on, but I'll
we
make
can
up
work
for
together,
it.
right?
Yeah, and that's like all the posts were these partners saying, you know, it was some of the best sexual experiences that they had because
they have to learn to not just
they had to figure something else out to make it work.
Yeah, this is the problem with this post is like he started from a good place, like
right.
It's like good for you to like accept it, but then it's like, man, the more you're talking, the more you're just like.
Yeah, I'm like totally not insecure about it. I mean, like fucking silverbacks have small dicks, and fucking David was puny, right? Right. It's like fucking crying, like, yeah, man, I love having a small dick.
One of my friends actually, she went on a date. They started hooking up. He's like, hey, I got real tiny member. And she, like, laughed at him and left.
What? That's horrible.
That's so terrible. And I was like, well, did you even, like, let anything else happen? She was like, no, I just couldn't handle it. Size is everything.
Let's drag this person. Just expose them right now.
It's okay, obviously, if she doesn't want that in a partner, but to just, like, ridicule them.
Yes, it was terrible. I felt so, I mean, I never met the guy, but I felt really bad for him. Like, you're such a shitty person if you're, like, if you like them, you connected with them on a level enough to get in bed with them, and then that's
not even give them a chance.
It's clearly just physical for you. Like, you can't be with a person that, I don't know, I was upset about it. And it's not even me.
Were they Were they initiating a relationship, or was it just a hookup?
No, they were initiating. Like she
Wow, yeah.
had met one of his kids, and like
Yikes! He has kids. I didn't know they worked like that.
What?
But yeah, like it was going well, until they were like taking the next step to get in bed, and she was like, "Oh God, I can't
That
do it."
is so brutal.
I know, I can't even imagine. And she never talked to him again.
Wow.
She completely ghosted him.
And then he went on Reddit and said, "I like having a small." So that one obviously not super big incel energy. I just think it's really funny to just be like, "I'm not insecure."
No, you're insecure.
The next one I've got.
I have tiny dick with big dick energy. All right, guys.
So this is on. There's a sub just called r/dating, and it's supposed to be like general advice about like dating in the modern world. A lot of the posts on this sub, there's like r/dating advice, r/dating. A lot of it is from men who can't get dates and are pissed about it. And I subbed to both of them because it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, that's why you subbed.
And
I'm definitely not posting.
I'm not posting every day.
Why don't women love me? I've lost weight and I got funnier. Why don't they like me?
I have a comedy podcast that gets decent views.
I've been putting Rogaine on my beard and still.
Please don't call me out like that, Erika.
I'm sorry, I feel really bad about that one, actually.
Well, it's fine, because we're actually going to rename our show to the Jeff Rogaine Experience. Jeff, Jesus Christ. We're actually going to rename our show to the Joe Rogaine Experience.
Please don't make jokes about that. We're already getting hate. We're already getting hate Twitter about.
We had 2 hate tweets for making a joke about Joe Rogan getting canceled.
We are actually up to 3 hate tweets.
Hell yeah,
now.
dude! It was one of them from me.
We're getting traction. But what's wild? At first, I thought they were going to be bots. 2 of the 3, not bots.
Imagine just being that sad.
That's what I said. I wanted to talk shit, and Erika wouldn't let me. I was going to make fun of them because to find that tweet, they had to like search up Joe Rogan's name, and we're like, wait, this guy's talking about Joe Rogan bad?
Not Daddy Joe. So this is on r/dating. A lot of the posts are guys like, it's so hard to find a date because girls get to be so selective, and like meanwhile I swipe right on everybody and everybody swipes left on me. So this person, and this is a look into why those people aren't getting right swiped. Title: Smart girls are more attractive than dumb girls. In my personal opinion, a smart girl who's a 7 is better than a dumb girl who's a 9. Being intelligent makes a person more attractive, as well as having a good personality. Bland girls who are hot aren't interesting and therefore less attractive.
Wait, did you say blind girls? Bland, okay.
Bland girls who are hot aren't interesting and therefore less attractive. Does anybody else agree with this statement?
No, he's got a really good point here. Smart girls do store their smartness in their boobs and butts, so like they tend to be viewed as more attractive by like the monkey brain. I think that's true, right? Erika, have you? I said it before. I haven't had like sex ed, but Erika, did they teach you about this in sex ed? I could have swore this was a thing.
Definitely. Then this is the part where Christian goes, "She said it, folks."
No, I was just going to talk about how smart men also store it in their balls, and that's why my balls are so tiny.
There's 2 things stored in the balls: your smarts and your pee.
Yep.
Whew, we need some men's anatomy in here too.
It's so funny. He's like, even if she's a 7, she's hotter than a 9. It's like, oh, so like anybody less than a 7 is just undateable? Like, what the fuck?
I was thinking that too. Like, are you accounting the extra couple of points? Like, she's a 7 because she's smart, and she's actually a 4 or 5.
The whole this is such a like a young dude trend of like well, and it some people extends, but like rating girls like that.
Yeah, this is a very big theme in like the incel world too, where it's like, I'm a 1, but I won't date below an 8. All right, and it's like, I don't think that's how it works. And it's like,
I saw a post on Twitter that said like, I've literally never seen a heterosexual relationship where the man is more attractive than the woman, and it was like made as like a joke tweet.
No, that's.
But somebody responded with a picture of himself and his girlfriend and said, "Oh yeah, bet." And then someone's like, why would you say that? You were just going on and saying that you're more attractive than your girlfriend? What the fuck? Like,
Well, some people are narcissists, Josh.
oh, yeah. So he has an edit that says, I didn't necessarily mean a 7 versus a 9 or whatever. I just meant someone who by normal standards would be considered less attractive. You know, a 7. Also, I would be willing to stake my life on the idea that most women are easily 7.
I swear to God, dude, all women start at 7.
As long as they got a place where I can put my dick, they're a 7. And most women, if they have a good personality, break the fucking scale.
Hell yeah, brother.
There's no way to actually rate people because everyone sees people differently. Now he's getting woke.
Is this fucking Steven from last episode?
Midway through the post, he gets kind of woke. Like, he's almost stumbling on the proper way of thinking. The 1 to 10 scale is, for me, at least just a blanket basis. Most guys, and I'm sure women, rate people on this scale before they've met them. After you've met someone, the scale no longer exists because it's no longer just a blanket opinion. It can be expanded upon. I probably just dug myself a deeper hole, but too late now. Not too late, could have deleted it.
Yep, just never posted it.
It's like, I see posts like this all the time on this sub where it's like, I wonder why this guy doesn't get matches on Tinder. You can only imagine, like, even if he was able to create a good enough profile for a 7 to swipe on him, he's just immediately like, you know, you are only a 7, but maybe you have a good enough personality that I might think you're a 9, or maybe you even break the scale. Meanwhile, he's just wearing a... No, he's wearing a...
Trilby.
Trilby.
Trilbies aren't cool. Fedoras are cool.
A scarf, and his name is Onyx the Fortuitous.
Okay, this dude sounds cool. Stop it. I don't know. Maybe,
So the last one that's sort of in this same... This one goes way more incel. This is an r/cringetopia. This is a... this guy's on Omegle, and I guess on Omegle you can have, like, which is a random video chatting service, so you can just... If you don't like the person that you're video chatting with, you just hit next, and it puts you to a random person in the world. But you can put tags, like, that you're both interested in food, so it might only connect you with people that are interested in food. So this guy in his bio for Omegle puts,
good morning, fair lady.
Omegle.
I'm in search of a fine bosomed.
Well, I like that you're laughing at your own joke. You can't even finish
He's
it.
trying to make a furry joke, but he doesn't know enough about furries.
I'm more of a... What's a reptile one? I'm more of a scaly. Is that what it's called? I hope
just
that's
say
what it's
otherkin, and then you're good.
Ah, yes.
A fine bosomed otherkin for me, for this fine lad. If you skip, fucking kill yourself.
Well, hell yeah,
Strong
dude.
start. Male, 18, looking for a straight weeb girlfriend from East Coast of USA who has no friends, no relationships, nothing to voice chat with. Do not waste my fucking time if you're not voice chatting. 1. I am looking for a girlfriend to voice chat with me every single day.
I'm looking for a girlfriend?
Say what you want. He knows what he wants.
I was about to say, this dude...
He's got his priorities.
You gotta give him props on that one, alright? He knows what he wants.
2.
Don't waste his time.
I am looking for a girlfriend who is going to get me off on Omegle.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, actually I read that wrong. That's so much funnier, but he says, I'm looking for a girlfriend who is going to get me off of Omegle. So he's only on Omegle to meet a girlfriend. 3. I am looking for a girlfriend who is going to meet me in real life or give me a place and a new life to live.
What?
Very strong
If you want to be my girlfriend, you have to give me...
If you want to be
room and a
my
key.
lover, you have to give me room and board. Give me a new place to live. I'd like to fuck whores. Alright. 18
Wow,
plus
that's very
only. 18 plus only USA. And then he gives away his kick, which is Way Sparkle 1. Doesn't really match the rest of them, but alright. If there's no females on here, I ask you to go on all social sites and look for a female that needs me.
Oh my god, he wants you to put in the work.
Asterisk pinches your arm with finger and thumb. Asterisk gigantic. Asterisk lifts you off the ground. Poor little female. Very angry. Now, settle down. Let the superior gender do the talking.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
So he goes into, like, that cringe, like, RP text, like,
oh, God.
Ooh, nuzzles you, lifts you off the ground with my finger, like, ooh, men are superior. Meanwhile, he has to go, men are the superior gender, but he has to go on to Omegle to beg for, not only for women to like him, but also, if you aren't a woman, to go find women for him. Also,
Please,
his life is shitty, and he needs a girl to save him. But
Please, I need a girlfriend. If you could just like and subscribe and share this to all your girlfriends. I'm really needing one right now.
I can't even, like, dignify this with a response from an actual woman.
Do you have a friend maybe that it could?
No, absolutely not.
Do you have any friends with no boyfriends, friends, or family that he could move in with?
Nope. This guy needs to,
Wavy Sparkles, I'm sorry, dog. I know you're one of our listeners. We tried.
Says this comment says, what the fuck? Someone responded, he's an alpha, duh. Someone responded, says he's a superior person, writes fantasy of girls saving him from a shitty existence.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love incel being, like, God, it's really disgusting, and it really highlights a horrible part of our society that exists and is, like, perpetuated, especially online like that. But holy shit, I love reading it and laughing at it.
That dude rocks. He definitely wears a trilby. You guys were right. He wears a trilby. He probably does have a scarf.
Well, the funny thing too is, like, I mean, maybe not with posts like this. I don't know if I said this on the podcast or not, but there's, like, some study that showed, like, when people read anonymous stories or hear anonymous stories about people, when you're imagining it in your mind, you don't imagine the person to be, like, in bad health or, like, in a bad, it's like you always imagine them to be, like, normal people. So when you hear these stories, you're like, oh, that's so fucking weird. But it's like, yeah, this guy's like, when you hear stories like this, you imagine a fucking neckbeard, and you're like, no, that fits the fucking description.
Yeah, no, it's like, when you're talking about this guy, do you remember when I lived at SIU in the apartment as an RA, and my roommate, he was the biggest neckbeard I've ever met.
Oh, yeah.
And he was, like, a fucking hoarder. And, like, but he, like, it was so weird, because he'd be super cool to me, but then, like, you could just tell this dude was not cool at all. Like, not a good guy.
Like, at all, or specifically to women?
Probably towards women.
I mean, he was nice to me.
Was he?
Yeah, he never, like, I never got bad vibes from him other than, like, his I mean, he hoarded, like, garbage. Oh. He would never take out his trash from his room.
Yeah,
and,
like, he'd be like, oh, let me show you this thing. And, like, he was, like, a video game guy. He'd be like, let me show you this. And then, like, I would go into his room, and it would just be, like, hundreds of cans of Mountain Dew and, like...
and energy drinks.
Yeah, like, energy drinks. And he wouldn't he would roll his own cigarettes. And so he just had, like, a 5-pound bag of just loose tobacco and, like, the rolling papers for it. And it's like, this dude was wild. Yeah. And that's the exact picture that gets painted in my head. Because he was a big weeb, too. Mm-hmm. Didn't like his family.
He, like, got kicked out, didn't he?
Yeah.
He, like, failed out or whatever. He never left the apartment.
No. It was wild.
There's a subreddit that, like, explicitly has pictures of that. Where it's mainly, like, incels or, like, neckbeards who have disgusting, filthy rooms like that. I can't remember the name of it. I was trying to find it, but it's just pictures of, like, people's rooms filled with, like,
their, like, basement
Doritos bags and Mountain Dew.
There is a...
I just don't know how people live like that.
There is a subreddit about it, because I remember it was on, like, the top page. It was, like, on the top page for one day when I was on Reddit. And it, like, the guy took a picture and he was like, yeah, this is my bathroom. And it was literally, his, like, room was set up in a basement, and his bathroom was just a drain on the floor that he took a piss and shit into.
Ew.
It's like, what the fuck?
So, if you guys want to see some, the subreddit is called r/neckbeard nests, and all it is just disgusting, like, pictures of people's rooms Just literally covered. This dude's got his bed on the floor.
He's got his computer on a pile of garbage.
Yes, he does.
God.
That rocks.
And just
That rocks
cans,
so
beer
hard.
bottles, literally overflowing
his-
off of the floor onto his bed.
Piss bottles next to his bed.
No sheets on the bed because why would you need them? Why would I wash the sheet?
Yeah, she is just an unnecessary piece of fabric. You don't need it. You just need the blanket.
Imagine that he somehow tricked a woman into coming over there. Like, my first thought would be, okay, I'm gonna die here. He's gonna murder me.
You know what's really funny is, like, obviously, dating is like a vulnerable state, and you get like self-conscious about yourself when you're doing it. I see posts a lot of the times where it's like, imagine going over to a guy's house and he's got a dual monitor and a light up keyboard, and every time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna bring a girl. I'm gonna finally get to the point in a relationship where I'm gonna like have a girl come to my house and she's gonna walk into my office and see my fucking RGB Cherry X Red Corsair gaming keyboard and just be like, bye, fucking weirdo. She's gonna see my room of
Just tell her that you work from home.
dual monitor, yeah, with a light up keyboard, dual monitors. I've got a webcam. I've got a light up keyboard. D&D up on the wall. She's gonna be like, don't pay attention.
Just take her the other way around.
Yeah, I'll just, don't go in that room. It's under construction.
I actually work for the government. There's like top secret information in there. We can't go in there. Sorry.
Ugh.
I'm a man of mystery.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to be it for this week's episode of the Judgies. If you want to, send us an email at judgiespod@gmail.com.
Let us know if you've done something cringy or if your animals shit all over your car
Or-
and your Monday.
Or if you find a good Reddit post that needs to be read.
Or more importantly, if you find a girl with no family or friends to tie her down, that you could point to wavy sparkles for us.
Or don't, because he doesn't deserve it.
No, he sounds like a pretty cool dude. You could also follow us on Twitter at JudgiesPod. That's JUDGIES.
Watch
Pod.
Christian clap back to the Joe Rogan haters.
No, well, I wanted to. Erika wouldn't let me.
That's just, in the future, if we get more, we'll just name drop Joe Rogan every week.
Oh, dude, you're
And then-
fucking smart.
Whenever you do get a real account, just like screenshot them being a piece of shit somewhere else on their account, because it's going to happen. And they'll just respond with that.
That's pretty smart.
Fair enough. You can also follow us on Instagram. It's the same handle as our Twitter. It's JudgiesPod. JUDGIES pod. POD.
And also, don't forget to like and subscribe on whatever you're listening on. We did just get added to Google Podcasts today. Apple Podcasts
yeah.
should be coming soon. So make sure you leave us a review. That would really help us. Share with your friends.
Yeah.
Tell people you like the pod. You don't have to like the pod. Just tell people you like it.
Yeah.
You know,
and if,
lie.
like we do. Why? Also, more importantly than friends, share this with your mom.
Mhm.
I think they'll like it.
We actually, if you look
Big
at
hit
our,
with moms.
if you look at our analytics, it's a lot of mom listeners.
Yeah, big chunk of moms.
Mhm.
I mean, don't pay attention to the fact that we only have 4 listeners and 2 of them are our moms.
Everyone always says I'm like, I always hit off with like the moms. All right, well, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye-bye.